Hey everyone, this is Cavell. I'm here to solve a math equation that I saw on, I believe it was Reddit, and some people are having troubles with it. But yeah, so here's my video on how to do it. So let's read the question. It says, a line L1 has slope 2 and passes through the point r comma -3, okay? A second line L2 is perpendicular to L1, intersects L1 at the point AB, and passes through the point 6 comma r. What is the value of a? All right, so there's a lot of parts to this question, but let's deal with the first set of information first. So we have L1, which is line 1, right? We know that it has slope 2, so we know it's 2x, right? And passes through the point r comma -3. So we know L1 is 2x plus b, right? Where b is my y-intercept and 2 is my slope. So it tells us that it passes through the point r comma -3. So in other words, let's just say L1 is equal to f of x, right? That means f of r is equal to -3, which tells us 2 times r plus b is equal to -3, right? F of r basically means when my input is r, my output is -3, which is what I have right here. So I have 2r plus 3 is equal to -3, okay? A second line, L2, right? L2, let's just say this guy is g of x, okay? And we know it is perpendicular to L1, so that means its slope, right, is the negative reciprocal of f of x. So instead of 2 over x, it'd be negative 1/2 x plus b, right? And it tells us that L1 and L2 intersect at point AB. So what does that mean? That means that f of A is equal to g of A, which is all equal to B, right? Meaning at the same input, right, they have the same output, okay? And it tells us that L2 passes through the point 6 comma r, okay? So g of 6 is equal to negative 1/2 times 6 plus b is equal to r, right? So here we have a lot of information here, right? So let's see what we can do. So we have 2r plus b is equal to -3, right? We have negative 1/2 times 6 plus b is equal to r, right? So in other words, negative 1/2 of 6 is just -3, right? So we can actually erase this and write -3 plus b is equal to r. So now we have two equations, right? We have two equations and we have two variables. So we can essentially solve for one of the variables using substitution. On the bottom here, we have -3 plus b is equal to r, right? So that means wherever we see r in the first equation, we can shove in this piece of information. So we have 2, right, times r, which is just -3, plus b, right, plus b, and this is all equal to -3. So let's solve for b. Let's distribute. We have -6 plus 2b plus b is equal to -3, right? And then I have 3b minus 6 is equal to -3. I add 6. I get 3b, right? This is equal to +3. And therefore, b is equal to 1 if I divide both sides by 3. Alright, so let me write this 3 a little bit better. So if b is equal to 1, right? So let's erase this. So if b is equal to 1, right? That means r, right? R is equal to -3 plus 1, which means r is equal to -2. So now I have two information, right? Two information, right? So it tells me that, or it asks me, what is the value of a, right? So here we have f of x, right? Which is equal to 2x plus 1, right? G of x, right, is equal to -1/2 x plus 1. Okay? And we know that line 2, right, g of x, passes through the point 6, comma, -2. Well, let's see if that's true. So 6 times -1/2, right, is -3. -3 plus 1 is -2, so this is good, right? And then we also know that line 1 and line 2 intersect at a comma b. So what's a, right? So we know that b, right, is equal to 1, right? B is equal to 1, right? And then, let's see, b is equal to 1. That means 2x, right? 2 of a plus 1, right, is equal to 1. So basically a is equal to 0, right? So at 0, 1, at 0, comma 1 is where they intersect. All right, so let's check. So we did f of x, right? F of 0 is 1. G of 0 is also 1, right? So the value of a, right? Value of a is equal to 1. So how do we check this? We essentially checked here already, but we can check using Desmos. So my two lines are 2x plus 1, -1/2 x plus 1. Okay, so let's see if it works. So we say that they intersect at a comma b, which is, what did we said, 0, comma 1, right? 0, comma 1, right? So it says line 1 has slope 2. This is slope 2, right? The red line has slope 2. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so it says a line L1 has slope 2. Okay, red line has slope 2. We can see it, 2x. Passes through the point r, comma, -3. What did we say r was? R was -2. So let's plot that line, -2, comma, 3. Hold on. -2. Oh, sorry. -2, comma, -3. Label. That's true, right? Passes through -2, -3. Good. A second line, L2, is perpendicular to L1. It is perpendicular because it has a negative reciprocal slope, right? It says it intersects at the point a comma b. A, we said, was let's see, where did we find a was? We said a was 0. And then we said b. Oh yes, sorry. I apologize for that. the value of A is equal to 1, right? And we said the value of B is equal to 1. So 1 comma 1. Wait, hold on. Sorry, value of A is equal to 0. I apologize for that. There you go. Oh, nope. This is A is equal to 0. So A is equal to 0, just like we saw for here. So A is actually equal to 0. In other words, 0 comma 1 is where they intersect. Label. Oh, we did label that already. I'm sorry. 0 comma 1. And L2 also passes through 6 comma, what's R? R we said is -2, so 6 comma -2, which is obviously true, as you can see here. I labeled it. So that's it. This is how we know it's true. So let's walk through it again. Line 1 has slope 2. Red line slope 2. Passes through the point R comma -3. We said R is equal to -2, just like you see right here. Let me see if I can actually make this all, I can make this all organized. This is B. This is R. B is good. B is good. Good. These are my two functions. Okay, so alright. So slope 2, that's correct. Passes through R comma -3. R comma R comma -2. So R comma -3. So -2, -3. Right? -2, -3 does pass through that. We have it right here. Second line is perpendicular to L1. We know it's perpendicular because that's a reciprocal, negative reciprocal of the first line, -1/2 x, right? Intersects the first line at A comma B, which is 0 comma 1, which is right here, which I've labeled as well, and passes through the point 6 comma R, right? So we said it's 6 comma -2. We said R is -2, which is here. All right. So that's it for the question. If you have any questions, concerns, anything of that sort, just let me know. Thank you for watching. Bye.